Good morning people, hello and welcome to another vlog episode of the India Darshan travel series. Good morning from Bangalore. So we are starting out another day of exploration out here in Bangalore, and the first stop for the day is going to be the KR Puram Flower Market. When I was in Howrah, under the Howrah Bridge, there is a very big flower market that you would see in my vlogs, and locals told me that was the biggest flower market of Asia. Locals here in Bangalore tell me the same thing, that this KR Puram Flower Market is actually the biggest flower market in Asia. I don't really care which one is actually the biggest, but I love flower markets, so I'm gonna go there. It's about a 2.5 kilometer walk for me from here, about an hour long walk. So I'm not gonna take a Rapido or something, just gonna walk along the way and enjoy the views, learn more about the city. So let's get started, let's enjoy the walk. My quest for the filter coffee got me to the railway station. I didn't even realize. Saw this food court, and then there was another big hotel across the street, but that was too packed. So I was just going to the flower market, saw this, sat down, had idli, vada, sambar and filter coffee, all for just 80 rupees, and I'm full. So that was a nice brunch. Now we can continue going. That was a random discovery. I didn't realize up until now when I was done eating that I was at a railway station. Starting to see the flowers and smell the aroma already. I guess we are somewhere close by. It has to be a proper market, but this is just out on the street, so at the extremities, looking for some sort of an entrance to go deeper into the flower market. Not what I had expected. So this jackfruit vendor, I spoke to them and asked, where is the flower market? And he says this is it. So he says the best time to come here is from 4 AM to 8 AM, and this is all packed. Now they're kind of all sold out, so didn't get the sense of the largest flower market of Asia. But anyways, whatever little I saw was still worth it. One thing I noticed that the jackfruits here are massive, and they sell them as like this raw jackfruit on the streets, and you can also make katal ki sabji out of that if you bring it back home. Haven't had that in a while though, but anyways, just realized. So I guess we are done here. Nothing much to do at this point of the day. We're gonna look for some alternate spots and then continue exploring the city. So hopped on a metro, came over to the National College side. It took about 1.5 hours. It's 12 noon now. And I see there is a big bull temple here, Nandi Temple. I don't suppose I have ever been to a pure Nandi Temple before, so that sounds very interesting. That's where I'm going. It's about a kilometer's walk from the metro station. And along the way, if I find some juice or coconut water, I'll grab that as well, because it's 12 noon. It's getting hot now. It's just 12 noon and I've already clocked 10k steps. Out here I'm walking quite a lot. Even in the last vlog yesterday, I walked almost 26,000 steps by the time I got back to my accommodation. Probably it's gonna be something similar today, because it's just half day. We have hit 10k steps. I love the coconuts of Bangalore. They are huge, they have lots of water, and they are quite on the sweeter side. And the same Bangalorean coconuts, they get transported over up north of India as well. We get them for about 90 odd rupees, especially when it's fasting season or peak summers. Here, I think that big one was 70, and they have smaller ones that are 30 rupees. And there was also this orangish one. I think that's more for people who want to have the coconut cream. There was this mother-daughter duo that came, they ordered that one. But anyways, the electrolytes are full. Now I'm headed this way. I took the route where I'll end up at the Vidyarthi Bhavan as well. That's also one of signature eateries of Bangalore. And because of the ongoing war in the Midwest, there is a lot of LPG shortage. And I think that is one of the restaurants that got affected by that. So let's see what the situation is like, because so far I've been very lucky. Wherever I've gone, there's all the food on the menus is available. I think they had to curtail a little bit because of the LPG shortage. Let's see, it will be along the way. I'm not hungry for a meal yet, but at least we'll get to know the situation on the ground. Somehow seem to have skipped that place, but anyways, I'm close to the temple and saw a milkshake store, so ordered myself a mango shake, the standard, and told them to make it without ice and sugar. But they said the milk is cold. It's like, yeah, okay, fine, can't run away from everything. But we're pretty close, like 300-400 meters or so. There's a green patch out there that's already the Big Bull Temple. So let's see if it's past 12, so it's like 12:30. Not really sure if it's already closed for the afternoon, but I'm gonna just wing it anyways. Wait for my milkshake and then we'll go. I just noticed here that jackfruit, you can also make a shake out of that. I've always had that as a raw fruit or as a vegetable. This is another form that you can consume jackfruit in. Found this Bugle Rock Park along the way. I think I'm just like 500-600 meters away from the temple. Decided to walk around this and explore this as a little bit while we are here. This park may be small, but it's very peaceful, has a lot of birds, and there's a lot of shade from all these trees. It's a pretty nice place to hang out, and I see a lot of people sitting around in the shelters. Somebody doing their work, somebody just chit-chatting. No loud noise, no chaos, nothing. It's a very peaceful environment out here. And it's a small park and has a lot of exits all around, so we're gonna get out of one of them to get to the temple. This side of the park starts to look more like a rock park, and just a couple of stairs this way and this way there's a small watchtower. Let's go up there and take in the city views. I wonder if anything is visible or there's too much occlusion from the trees. Jungle-like feels out here though. I was just taking in the views from the watchtower. It's right there. Turns out there are girls celebrating their birthday, so I got some cake as well. They offered the cake, so I wished them happy birthday. It's a pretty cool spot to celebrate the birthday. Look at the views. Not city views, but more like jungle and nature feels. So let me enjoy the cake and then I'll figure out a way to exit the park and reorient myself for the temple, because now I'm lost which direction was the temple in. Came out of the park randomly on the right side. So this is the park, this is the park boundary, and we are walking on the street. That's just 100 meters, that's the Bull Temple. There are also a few other temples along the way. So asked a local and he said you're just about 100-200 meters from it, so that's really cool. So just got done with the temple. I think the official name is Dodda Basaveshwara Temple, and this is a single monolithic Nandi from the 16th century, and they are doing some renovations inside, so you can't go all the way in, but you go deep enough that you can do the darshan peacefully, and not a whole lot of crowd. As you can see, barely 2 cars, 3-4 people, that's about it. They have a shoe stand here, and that's the main entrance. So done with the darshan here. I don't see anything else around, but we'll walk around. There are a few other temples, maybe something else is interesting, and then maybe stop over at that Vidyarthi Bhavan or whatever that place was to check out the LPG situation, and then hop on the metro and off to the next destination. Here the places are so far away that I can barely cover like 3-4 spots in a day, but that's okay because I'm not in a rush. Otherwise, yeah, it would feel like you are running around a lot but seeing a lot less, because everything is so spread out here. They have laid out a map of all the important monuments out here, 16 places in a 3.5 kilometer path all the way. There's also a cave temple. Okay, this is where we are. Dodda Basavana temple, the Nandi temple, the rock park we just saw, and then there is, that looks interesting, Ramanjineya Gudda, looks like Hanumanji on a rock, and a few other temples. That's really cool. It's a Government of Karnataka map of exploration of 16 points. That's a Ganpati Ji temple, but that's closed for the afternoon. So I guess we are done in this neighborhood. So I'm in Gandhi Bazaar and found this really nice and peaceful park in the middle of the market street, and this has a lot of shade all around. I think this area is closed off. A lot of benches, so a lot of people are resting and just casually chit-chatting. I also took a mini nap out here. There's the VV Puram Food Street out here, but that opens up like at 6 p.m. or so. It's mostly for food and local street food. It's just 2:30 at the moment. So I'm thinking of going to Cubbon Park. That's a very big park, biggest green belt of Bangalore perhaps. Explore that, and there are certain points inside and around the park, so we're going to spend time there. And then later I'll decide, there's a church street nearby, either I'll go there and have some street food over there or come back for VV Puram. But for now it's very convenient because we are in the National College area, so we walk to that metro station and head on over to Cubbon Park. Let's get going. Let's say bye to this beautiful peaceful park. And in all of these parks, not only is it peaceful, but there are also birds. Of course there is traffic all around, so there's like cars honking every once in a while, but the sounds of the chirping of the birds is really peaceful. That's how I ended up taking a nap out here, an unplanned nap, but it was very refreshing. So let's get going. This is also a very peaceful park. You can hear a lot of birds, and the trees are very spread out, so there's a lot of shade all around. And this is giving me meadows-like vibes from the UK and Scottish meadows. This is a pretty cool park. It's almost 4 p.m. on a Friday, so the work week has nearly ended as well. So a lot of people are doing sort of picnics and chill reading and hanging out with friends. I also ran into a group of foreigners, I think American and Japanese folks, probably here for work. They're just chilling out here and playing capture the flag, so they asked me if I wanted to join and if I knew the game. Which is fun, but I was here for relaxing, so I just let them play, and they already had the team sorted, so I didn't want to disbalance the crowd. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty nice and peaceful park. Lots of walking trails around, so I'm really enjoying going around, and the sun is almost about to set as well, so let the heat die down before we head over to Church Street. This place is called the Bandstand. It's a different kind of iron that is easier to mold, and military bands used to play here for several decades. And straight through there, right there, is the High Court of Karnataka. That's a pretty cool view. There's a wild eagle drinking water from the fountain right there. I'm not getting too close, but it's a wild eagle. I was taking some selfies with the bandstand, and some girls walked over from some NGO. They said apparently the government wants to build some tunnels and that would affect Lal Bagh and Cubbon Park. So they are going around taking interview of especially the locals. So they were asking if I was from around here, and I said no, I'm a digital nomad, I don't have a home base. So they were asking people like, what do you feel about this, and should the government be proceeding and things like that. I said, yeah, I'm perhaps the wrong person to be asking this question, I'm not here for that. But yeah, that's a new learning. I had no idea that the government was trying to build tunnels out here. This is such a unique tree in the Cubbon Park. This is where it starts and then it spreads all around, comes out pretty far. The reach is very far off. In this part, like, I'm deep in the park, so there's no network here for me to be able to open up and read what this is. But if anybody knows what tree this is, let me know in the comments below. I will now go out. I see there's an aquarium nearby. It's just 4:20, so I'm hoping it's still open for me to check out. I took the basic ticket, 95 rupees for entrance. There is additional stuff like starfish interaction, tortoise interaction, etc. that you pay additional for. I didn't go for any of that. Let's see what the basic ticket gets us on a weekday. Starting off with some piranhas already. So got done at the aquarium relatively quickly. It was a pretty small aquarium, and across the street there is Mahatma Gandhi statue, and this is the Gandhi Park. So I was starting to head over to Church Street, which is just close by from here, but it's just 5 p.m. So found this park. It's pretty peaceful. There's no other soul other than me out here, so I thought of chilling here for a little bit as well, see his statues. I think there's his iconic charkha, that's him. There's more over there, so just gonna walk around a little bit over here before we start heading to the Church Street, because Church Street comes to life in the evening anyways, so we are pretty much on time. It's just 5 p.m. Found another spot that you could check out. It's the Visvesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museum. There's also an engineering fair going on inside. It's 5:15, and the guide is very funny. He said like, "Bhaiya, it's 100 rupees ticket per head. Museum closes at 6. Even if you run around, you probably won't be able to see half of that." I told him, "Can I get a half ticket then for just seeing half of it?" He said, "No, it's better to just come some other day and keep at least 1.5 hours so you can see it peacefully." Gonna skip this for now and continue walking towards the Church Street. I guess this is the high-end luxury UB mall that everyone keeps talking about, that you should go check out. Not sure, it says UB on the top. Maybe this is it. Anyways, nothing that interests me, but when you look up places or to explore or things to do in Bangalore, UB mall is something that pops up. So if you are interested in shopping, like high-end shopping, that could be something that might interest you. So finally at 5:30 p.m. made it to Church Street, and look at the first shop that I found. KC Das. I think when I was in Kolkata, this was the shop that I kept finding over and over again. And maybe once I'm done eating, I'll come back here to check if they have the baked rasgullas. It's time for a refresh. That was a very unique flavor that I only had there. And there are also some street shops out here, but I don't know if it's part of this complex or is it also part of the Church Street. But now that we are here, let's start exploring. Just got done walking around Church Street, and this isn't what I was looking for, honestly. There's a lot of fine dining, western dining, cafes, pub kind of culture out here. Looking more for the local cuisine, so, or at least street food, not fine dining. So maybe I'll go to VV Puram instead. There's a metro station close by. Let's hop on the metro and go to the VV Puram market. 6 p.m. Probably the food stalls are starting to set up now. Now this is more like it. This side has a lot more street food and quite a lot of it is local as well. Then there's always western sandwiches, burgers and pizzas, but let's see what we find. We're still not on the main food street yet of VV Pura, but at least it's started. This is really nice. I am at the junction with two temples. That's a Jain temple. This one says only in the local dialect in Kannada, so I have no idea. Probably one of the South Indian temples. But I am going that way for the main food street. Food trucks and street carts. Now that's more my style. And look at this. There is a wood fire pizza as well. You can get a pizza on the go. I have the wood fired oven embedded inside a van. That's the first time I've seen a mobile tandoor of sorts. So we are off to a good start. That was 3 idlis for just 30 rupees. Then there is Holige, which I just had in the afternoon. Let's see what else is on the offer here. It's mostly chaat like stuff. I'm still trying to stay as local as possible. So that was Ginnu. It's kind of a local dessert made from colostrum. It's a very different texture. It's kind of like condensed milk jelly of sorts, but I don't know how to explain it, but it's very, very delicious. It's also very healthy. It's rich in calcium and a lot of nutrients. So had lemon rice, idli, and this was like hardcore local dine-in. There's also chole bhature, pani puri and stuff in case if you're craving North Indian food. But that's it for this vlog. Turned out to be a little bit of temple and park hopping and a foodie kind of tour. In the next vlog, I'll be doing some day trips out of Bangalore because it's the weekend now, so I don't want to get stuck in the crowd. Everybody's going to be out on the streets on the weekends. So let's see what we end up exploring. This is the Rustic Wanderer signing off. See you again the next time.